All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Tuesday stream here at the Card Guys YouTube channel. It's been a couple weeks since I last streamed. The last time I streamed, I think, was a little bit before Pro Tour, so a little bit of a break. But we've been pumping out content the last couple weeks. If you guys have been watching, we have the Impact of series, and we also have been recording some local events around the area. Also, I've been on a lot of podcasts and still more podcasts to come. So, um, if you, there's no shortage of warrior content. Let's just put it that way. Today, we're going to be investigating the Dark Horse build of Mastery Pack Warrior Sharpen Dorinthea. Now, when they originally released Durandal, I was kind of like, this is kind of weird. What is this thing for? And I have a theory why this is in the set. So we all know that development in this game takes place a year, maybe 2 years in advance. 2 years ago, Dorinthea was, well, a little bit more than 2 years ago at this point. 2 years ago, Dorinthea was a pretty decent deck. She was running hatchets and she was, triple hitting people. This was back in the meta where KO and Dromai and Dory were, meta players. We also had some decks like Kano and Prism running around before the book banning. And Dorinthea was considered a pretty good deck. You could run either hatchets or Dawnblade. And my theory is that they expected Dorinthea to be gone by now. And that would leave us with no suitable user for Durandal. Because if we look at the other 5 warriors, Fang is going to be focusing on daggers. Kasai, she has her Centauri sabers. Bolton has Raiden, he doesn't want to pay for things. Hala, she has a specialization sword, and Olympia has a specialization sword. So I think that the LSS devs might have thought that there would be no suitable user for Durandal. And my gut feeling when I first looked at the whole set was there has to be something here that is really, really strong. And the reason I thought that is because back at Osaka Worlds, I ran CYB Jubil Dorinthea. Now, I had a Dawnblade package. I was able to race decks if I wanted to. This was back when Enigma was there, and you had to have some level of aggression. Then I also had CYB Jubil. And I noticed that Jubil actually killed people very quickly. Now, the original level 1 thinking is, hey, Dorinthea is all about getting Dawnblade counters and, snowballing those Dawnblade counters and, making sure you protect your Dawnblade counters. Yes, that is an important part of playing Dorinthea, but I've said this many, many times, and I'm going to repeat, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but Dorinthea has a quest, and the quest is to hit people or to turn on her hero ability 3 times. If you can get Dorinthea's hero ability to trigger 3 times, you're generally going to win the game. And this is from thousands of games at this point of playing Dorinthea. I have noticed that if you're activating the hero ability 3 times, you're probably going to win. So the question becomes, okay, if we're going to run Durandal, and we're going to run Sharpen, what else are we going to do? Are we going to run a pure focused Sharpen build? Or are we going to run a sideboard Sharpen package and focus on Dawnblade? And there are many ways to do this. I think where we start is going to be actually with 3 swords. We're going to start with Dawnblade, Durandal, and Jubil. Now, I'm not going to claim to know everything or have solved anything at this point. I'm coming into this with a fresh mindset. I'm going to be exploring things. So I hope you guys enjoy the journey with me. I'm sure that we can build a better deck together, of course. So I think where we need to start now, I have built a whole deck, but I kind of want to walk through how I got to that point with you guys. Now I know some of you, some of the feedback that I've gotten at the Pro Tour was, "Hey Josh, you spend way too long deck building and not enough time playing." Well, I think deck building is a very important part of the game. I try to do balance. I try to balance, deck building and gameplay. So let's hop over here. Let's hop over here. Okay. Now, here's where I want to start. I want to start with the three weapons I talked about. So, Dawnblade, Durandal, Jubiel. So, the first question I want to ask is, what is the absolute minimum that you need to run Dawnblade? So, like, what is the absolute bare minimum you can get away with? And this, I have the answer to. However, how much Sharpen support we need to add, I don't have the answer to. So let's kind of work through this logically. So if we want Dawnblade to work, we obviously need a few attack reactions. So we're going to add our Blade Flurries. Iron Song response is probably good. Now, technically, you don't need three. So we're not going to add three. We're going to put one of them in the maybe board. Singing Steelblade, again. This is a card you technically don't need three of. So it was not uncommon against very, very aggro decks to cut down to 2 and 2. So we'll do it like that. What else do we need? Steelblade Supremacy. Now, obviously, we're going to be running that. Glistening Steelblade. Now, Glistening Steelblade does say target Dawnblade. So I don't know if we can afford to run this. Generally, you want some of this effect, though, because this is how you race. Now I'm trying to think of like, okay, what do each of these three builds solve? So Dawnblade is for decks we have to race. Durandal is for decks that want to block us. Jubiel is for Rune Blades, Vincent. I'm not sure if Acilio goes here, but maybe Acilio goes here because there are many Acilio builds that run around with Sync Fate Shelter. And I think if you're playing against them, this actually might be wrong. So like running Dawnblade might be wrong. Okay, what else do we need? We need Warrior's Valor would be a very, very important card. Definitely the red and the blue. Glint would also be a auto include. Now, another card that is very, very strong, but unfortunately we can't run is Beat of the Iron Song because that says target Dawnblade, so we're going to have to skip out on that. I think Swordmaster Shine, technically, aggro doesn't need 3 copies, but I think this has a lot of synergy with the Sharpen build, so we're going to run 3 copies here. Unsheathed. I mean, we have to have Unsheathed in our deck. That's a no-brainer. We have to have at least 1 Twinning Blade. Honestly, I think 2 is probably the correct amount because this is basically, as long as we have Go again, this is worth a good amount of damage on our Sharpen turn. Hit and Run. Red. Sorry, blue. Trot Along. I'm going to be playing that as well. And then I think we probably have to run Sync and Shelter. Maybe we can get away with running less than this, but we'll see. We have to run a Kabuto in the sideboard because them the rules. We have to run Bolters because those are good. Head slot, I think if we just want to run like the most applicable headpiece, is just 1x balance. What? Okay, so the arm piece is actually interesting. I think Iron Song Versus is a little bit better than Braveforge Bracers because when I was playing with Jubiel, there were many turns where I poke with Jubiel with Iron Song Versus active, and that creates extra value. Like we're not running like Like if you have Grains plus Iron Song versus, I think that's really good. So I think we'll run Grains. I think we have to run Courage of Blade Hold because I I know a lot of you guys that are Dory players have like shifted to Grains. Courage of Blade Hold is a game-winning card. There are so many situations where the end of the game, I have counters, I have bolters, I have courage, and then all I have to do is draw an attack reaction, and then I have a very good turn. And I think that's very, very important. Okay. Um, I think this is the minimum. Now, you might be looking at this like, hey, Josh, this is 35 cards. What are we doing? We need a lot more cards. Well, luckily, a lot of the blues carry over. So cards like Beck and Steel is going to carry over. And again is going to carry over. Wow. What? And again comes up with all this? Let's click this. Click this. There we go. Okay. Maybe I have to go and again dot dot dot. No? Still. That's a lot of search results for that, but that's okay. And another card that makes it is Sharpen Shine. So this is really the Sharpen Shine. Sorry. So this card is really the key piece to this whole Sharpen build, right? Making a Blade Dance token gives go. This is basically Warrior's Valor for Sharpen builds, kind of, kind of, kind of. And the value on this is very hard to define because if you don't hit, it's really bad. So I don't know. I obviously we're gonna have to play all of these. Like there's no question about it. Okay, so I think we have our blue base here at this moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have 21 blues. I think that's about right. Okay, so this is our core for our Dawnblade build. Okay, all right. So basically, this would mean that in aggro matchups, we'd probably have to run some D reacts. We might, I might just add the Iron Song response to singing back in there. Trying to think, is there any other card that's like mandatory for Dawnblade? And I think you could make an argument for Iron Song Determination. You could make an argument for Raised Blades. I think this is actually quite good. I've been a big fan of Sharpened Steel in my aggro Dawnblade list. So let's just try to get this to 54. Let's just put it that way. So let's add back the response, add back the singing. And we need 2 more cards that are going to be good in all of the builds. At red, I do like Shift the Tide of Battle as a one of at least, and then maybe one either Determination or Raised Blades or a Puncture. Maybe Puncture might be good. Jagged Edge. Like I feel like we're gonna have to give up some matchups. So let's add a or a route. We could just add a route. That might be. Do I have Donkey? No, because not at the moment. I feel like that's better for a pure Dawnblade build. All right, we'll add a route. I feel like that's also kind of important. Okay, so let's make our matchups. All right, so if we're playing, so we'll call this DB. Okay, so Dawnblade. All right, so if we're playing Dawnblade, we just add Sink and Shelter. It's gonna be it's unfortunate that we have to run this, but I don't think there's a world where we can have 3 builds in one. Okay. Oh, sorry. Sharpen Shine is not in the main board. Uh-oh. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. The blue is in the main board. The red and yellows cannot be in the main board. Okay. Okay, hold on. We still need 6 more cards then. Huh. That might be difficult. Hmm. Okay, let's start adding some sharpen cards first of all. That we kind of want. Okay. All right. Sharpen Shine needs to be in the sideboard. Okay. All right. So good sharpen cards. Those include Edict of Steel Red is probably good enough. We'll try that. A lot of this deck is going to come down to trying things because I don't know. Sharpening Sparks is probably good enough. It's kind of weird because like we don't have our hero ability is different than Kala's, right? So how do we turn on yellow Sharpen Shine, blue Sharpen Shine? Well, we need a density of sharpen cards. Swordmaster's Path, I think, is definitely one of those. What is that other card? Sharpen Climb? I think. Hmm. Hmm. Probably good enough. Just drawing on my Hala experience, those are good cards. Take the Lead, I guess, is also good. It's good in both versions of this. So this is actually a main deck card, I guess. So now we've already run into a problem. We're already at 82. So this is going to be difficult to fit everything in. Brimming Blade is also it double sharpens. Also probably pretty important. Um, hmm. I think. All right, let's take a look here at the chat because I have been ignoring you guys a little bit here. Dory with Sharpen package is what I'm most excited for, but through playtesting, has the Rune Blade problem of juggling cards, but on 3 axes instead of 2. To do the thing each turn, you need a go again, a blue, and a sharpen card to give your weapon text for the turn, preferably a reaction to get past blocks. That is a thing that Dory has always had. You need a threat pump and a blue. That's nothing new. Swinging 3 times at a turn is going to be above rate. Yeah. Wonder if my list inspired you, Rofel. Maybe it did. What a great shirt. Thank you. I'm a big fan of Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, and Venusaur. Ever since the Pokemon Red days. We're on the Durandori. Yeah, Durandori might be a good nickname for this. Courage of Blade Hold? Yes, we are running Courage of Blade Hold. I love Versus with the new swords. Yes, Iron Slug Versus is better when you're running 1 or 2 card hands. Like, you think about like how much value you get from poking somebody with Jubil with Iron Slug Versus active at grades of Bloodspill. It's actually ridiculous value. Courage tokens are the GOAT. Yes, Courage tokens are very good. Courage is my all-time favorite warrior equipment. I mean, it's definitely up there. Courage of Blade Hold is definitely up there. Hi, Rainbow Sharpen Shine, please. Yep, we put it in. I tried Sharpen Shine in Quicksilver Prodigy. It's so good. I'd use it on. Yes, Quicksilver Prodigy is very good. And interestingly enough, maybe a viable Sage deck because they've downshifted the rarity on QSP. And this is a common. Rainbow Swordmaster's Path. That might be the play, honestly. Double sharpening seems important. Dang, Josh, that's the brightest shirt I've ever seen you wear. Trying to take after Aggro Blaze. I mean, I enjoy my Hawaiian themed shirts in the summer. Do you have Donkey? I already talked about that. Shift is fire. Yeah, I think Shift. I do like Shift the Time Battle a decent amount. I also think if we look at like Durandal and Jubil, like those benefit a decent amount from Shift the Time Battle. Swordmaster's Path. Yeah, I put that in. Edict or not? I think Edict's probably good enough. Commanding Performance, Edict, Brimming. Yep, yep, yep. The new Sharpen on hit draw card. So what's that called? That's called Draw to the Blade. Is that good enough? Or Drawn to the Blade, not Draw to the Blade. This card I'm very mixed on. I don't. Is this card good or bad? I know it says on hit draw card, but like you have to have 2 counters when this resolves. Hmm. I think the +2 on hit sharpen is low value on any warrior if you're not hollow. So you're talking about sharpening sparks? Yeah, this doesn't give go again at instant speed like the others. So yeah, you might be right. You might be right. We'll remove that for now. Toe the line. I mean, we have better toe the line now. We have take the lead. Blade Dance is just better. Bulbasaur low key best Gen 1 starter. That's damn right, Tyler. Surely it's Dorindal instead of Durandori. Yeah, you might be right, Violet. I like that. Cut and carve run through. Ooh, run through blue might be. I feel like we already have enough blues. I do think run through blue is not awful though. I'm not sure how we're gonna cut down. We're already at 83. Uh, the sharpening sparks give go again for Zenith Blade? It does. Zenith Blade says if you've sharpened. First attack, not when it attacks. Yeah, exactly. We also need null rune. I can't forget our null rune. Okay, so let's start doing some sideboarding and then we'll play some games because I a lot of this just needs to be tested. Okay, so let's pretend. Okay, let's throw all this into the sideboard because I think literally the only 2 cards that we're running in every matchup is these 2. Yep. Okay. All right. So we'll make our new matchups. Okay. So if we're running Dawnblade, we'll add our Dawnblade. We'll assume we're running Courage and Balance. All right. So 56. We added Shelter and Sink, and we're only at 56. Okay, so we're also at 84 cards. Okay, I think we're limited to how many cards with Sharpen we can put in our deck. Which is, I don't even know if we can run Glistening Steelblade because this is a yellow bauble in the other list. I guess it pitches. It's fine, I guess. But we need to add 4 cards in the Dawn. We have to make sure the Dawnblade version works before we do anything. Because if this mode is not available to us, like Durandal and Jubil are not racing aggro decks. Maybe you could fatigue them, but there are several decks of the format that are not fatigable and they're aggressive. Is blue run through better than Warrior's Valor? You might be right. We could try it. 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 We'll do it just to try different things. You know. I guess that also makes us more resilient against sensor and stuff like that. All right. Blue run through. You are now the new Warrior's Valor. Okay. Okay. So let's work through this logically. So our blue base is set. 21 blues feels fine. If we really wanted to, we could add maybe a what's it called? Diamond Amulet, maybe. But I think we'll just stick with this. Yellow base seems fine. Glistening could be cut down to 1. Because we don't have a puncture right now. Let's cut this down to 1. Puncture is pretty important. Okay. This. We have 2 copies of this. Okay, so we have 50 cards. We need to add. We add our defensive cards. We're still 4 short. So maybe we have to run Sharpen cards, even though we don't want it. Is route still good given that shove off is there? Yes, route is better on turn 0. Because it gives a pump and it returns. Okay, my solution here is that we're just going to run yellow Sharpen Shine as a bauble. Kind of like how Glistening Steel is a bauble, block 3 bauble in the Dorinthea matchups. Okay, so let's do that. All right, so that we'll add the Sharpen Shine, and we're still 1 card short. Ugh. I don't want to have to play any of these cards. Okay, maybe. Did we ever figure out our consensus on Drawn to the Blade? Is Drawn to the Blade good? Sword Masters is still a +3 pumper. Yeah, you're right. This is an expensive pump, but sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. We'll run the Sword Masters path. Okay, so here is our Timu budget Domblade build. Is this the best version of Domblade Dory? No. It's missing Spoils of War, Iron Song Determination. It's missing a full playset of Glistening Steel Blades. It's missing Jagged Edge. But it can switch in between several things. Okay, so we have a Domblade build. We have done it, guys. Okay. Let's make a Durandal build. All right. Did I even spell that right? Somehow I don't think so. Duren. Okay, I did. Okay, cool. Okay, so Durandal. Let's edit the Durandal build. So we add Durandal. So this is going to be against slower matchups. So Grains is going to be better. We'll assume that it's a balanced matchup as well. Okay. So we have, this is our equipment. Okay, so 50 cards. We could literally just add the whole sideboard, right? Since we're playing a slower game. Is that good? Interesting. No Authority of Ataya. Oh, you're right. We don't have Authority of Ataya in the deck. That might be the solution. Hold on. Good point, chat. Good point. All right. We'll add Authority to the main deck. We're at 85 cards now. This is an issue. Guys, I don't know if we can fit all this in. We might have to drop our D-Reacts down to 2/2. I also don't know if Brimming Blade we need all the copies. I don't know. 82? Oh, brother. All right, I'm just gonna cut things down just to see, just to try to get things to work. All right, we'll cut it down like this, okay? And we'll just do the sideboarding, and then we'll go play some games because we just have to figure, we just have to try things and see if it works. Okay. So we took out the D-Rex here. We added the Authority, so we're still one card short. So we can add the Swordmaster's Path back. Okay, 60 now. Okay, Durandal. So I think Durandal literally just add everything, right? So we'll just assume that if we're playing Durandal, we're boarding everything, and then having 22 blues is good, right? Okay, 70 cards. There we go. 38, 10, 22. Why not? Okay, final matchup is what we're playing Jubil. Okay. So if we're playing Jubil, obviously it's an arcane matchup, so we'll run the Northern Hood, we'll run the Jubil, and we'll run the Grains. Ta-da! Okay. Now, Jubil matchups, you generally actually have to kind of kill them. Huh. So the sideboarding here might look very similar to Dawnblade. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. We'll just assume we add the D-Reacts. Some obviously some matchups we won't bring them in, but 55. And I guess we just want the yellows and the Swordmaster's Path. Ooh, sorry. And 2 red Swordmaster's Path, I guess. So Jubil and Dawnblade are almost the same thing. Cut Kabuto Trust. We're not doing that. We are not cutting Kabuto. It's worth too much value. I think Edict gets cut. You might be right. I want to see Edict perform. I want to see Brimming Blade perform. I want to see Sharpen perform. Guys, I'm not gonna lie. I think the Sharpen Dory build does not run Dawnblade at all. Now that I look at it, now that I've like laid it out and thought about it a bit more, like it's really hard to support Dawnblade and something. Because if we think about how many sideboard slots do we actually have, right? How many sideboard slots do we actually have? We have, so we have 2 equipment here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 equipment. And we have the bare minimum D-Reacts, which is 4. That's already 14. So what does that mean? That means we have 66 cards to do a switchboard, which is not easy. The only time Warrior has really been able to do the switchboard is when you ran Hatchets with Dawnblade, and when you ran Raiden with Combo. And if you consider Kasai switching between 2 Centauri Sabers and Centauri Saber Hot Streak, a switchboard. This, I don't know, guys. I don't know. What are you even getting out of Dawnblade in a sharpened build? I don't know if a sharpened build can race. This actually doesn't look good. Okay. Guys, we might have to we might have to start over again. Hold on. Okay. No Dawn Blade. Sorry, Dawn Blade lovers. We're going to figure out how to build Jubil Durandal. Okay. So that means we can go all in on Sharpen. Okay. Okay. So that means we can run all this. We could run all this. That we probably could run Hone for Honor. Sharpen Shine is probably good enough. Sharpening Spark is probably good enough. Swordmaster's Path, Sharp Incline. 3 swings Sharpen can, but getting there is the difficulty. Okay, Drawn to the Blade becomes significantly better. Sharpen Senses also is very good if we're doing this. So this is actually one of the cards that I was thinking about a lot. Is if you can sharpen your weapon enough, you just have go again for the whole turn. So then it's like ridiculous with flurry tokens. All right, Shift the Tide of Battle I also think is good. Okay. So now we need to add in our Blade Flurry. We need to add in our Response. Are D-Reacts and Fridge enough to beat Syndra? Sometimes it is. Very defensive Syndras have given me problems, though, in the past. Okay. Is there enough double swinging for Blade Flurry? I mean, if you have Go Again and your hero ability triggers, yes. Literally copy a holodeck then? Not quite, because we don't need Flurry generation. We need Go Again, which is Sharpen Shine. You look at Sharpen Shine. Where is this? This looks kind of like Dorinthea, right? That is Dawnblade. That is Dorinthea, right? If they put the Edict of Steel has Hala on it. Sharpen Side has Dory on it for a reason, guys. Okay. I don't know if we need 3 Shift the Tide of Battle. That seems excessive. Sharpen Senses is my pick for Cheap Majestic that will shoot up once Master Pack Warrior's out. Yes. I agree. Sorry, guys. We're having to do a whole nother deck build, but I don't think you can support 3 weapons in one build. Now that I laid it all out and tried to sideboard it, it just doesn't quite look great. All right. Well, we also could save on our equipment pieces because we're not going to run Courage or Blade Hold. Probably. 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 Do we want Sharpening Sparks at all? Probably. So the only way we get to race people is with And Again and Beckett Steel. Right? Okay. Okay, this looks better just on paper. A lot of the things are the same, but might even be able to run higher no rune than normal. I don't know. Okay. Okay, this looks and feels. We can even run Jagged Edge now that we have room for it. Blue Crate Blade Dance is good. Which one is that? Take the Lead is also going to be good. Why is Beat of the Iron Song not good? Because it specifies target Dawnblade. We got Path. We got Sharp Incline. No. 18 blues. Which one did we miss? Sharpen Shine blue we missed. Oh, we didn't add any of the other colors. Okay. Okay, we got to add all the colors in. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Terms of combat to make D-reacts feel even worse. I mean, you're not putting enough pressure on them that they have to play their D-react on that turn, so I think they might just save it. Which is kind of weird to say. Is this enough attack reacts to break through? I think it is. Hmm. All right. Let's start thinking about how to cut this down. I think this is very close to the final form. So, how much go again do we have? I think we need Red Warriors Valor, right? Like, we just have to have that. That card is just too good. I don't know if we need Edict of Steel, which sounds crazy. I know. Oh, we don't even have Twinning Blade in the deck yet. Huh. Okay. This might be hard to cut it down. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Okay, so let's work through this backwards. We have Flurry on our hero, but we have to hit. So we have to hit and we need go again. So though anything that doesn't help us hit or give go again, we might not need. Okay. If it doesn't help us hit or give us go again, I'm going to cut it down to 2 and then work from there. All right, helps us hit. Doesn't help us hit. Doesn't help us hit. Helps us hit. Helps us hit. Has Dory on the art, so we'll make an exception to that one. Sharpen Clyde will cut it down. This one will cut it down. Doubles Sharpen is probably important enough. I think. You know, it's funny. I found Swordmaster's Path stronger than Brimming Blade a lot of the time. Okay, so we got these two. Okay, okay, okay. This, I feel like we might not need all the copies. We might not need all the copies. What are we at now? 84. All right, we'll keep cutting down. I don't know if we need a bunch of Twinning Blades either, because we have Edict. I don't know. Okay, maybe we probably don't need 3 Jagged Edge. Is this card even good in our deck? Jive? Yeah, Jive is actually maybe makes the cut. All right, we're 81. All right. You know what? We'll just cut down one of the D-reacts, I think. I don't know if Drawn to the Blade is good. I don't know if this is good either. We'll cut it down to 1. All right. Okay, we have a deck. We have a deck. What was the suggestion? Dorinthea? Okay. All right. Guys, we're just gonna go figure it out. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure it out live. We're just gonna try it. It might be a complete disaster. We'll see. This deck looks real rough, but we'll try our best. We'll try our best. All right. All right. We got a Jarl. Okay. All right. So we'll try our Durandal Dory against them. And you know what? This might be a fatigue matchup. We'll bring in everything. 72 is a lot. Ooh. All right, guys, we're just going to try it all. We'll figure it out as we go. We'll figure it out as we go. For those of you wanting gameplay instead of deck building, here you go. All right. So, do we just make a Blade Dance token and pass? I think that's the correct play here, right? They loaded 66. Okay, Sledge. All right. I think we'll just make the Sharpen token, and I think we filter this out. Although this card's not good either. This card's only good with other cards. All right, so let's just filter the shift for later, and we'll just pass. All right. He gained 2 life. I'm going to pass again. And I think we'll put the Blade Flurry there. Okay, let's see if we can do something here. Okay, so we already are seeing an issue. Drawing yellow Sharpen Shine together is not good. All right, tear asunder into hammer for 7. I think it's okay to give some of the armor to stop this. Not thrilled to have to do it, but yeah. All right. Let's see if we could switch one of these into something better. Not necessarily bad. Okay, so we go swing and pitch. So 3 go again. Josh, how many cases of MPW are you planning on buying? I bought 1. So I have 8 boxes. All right, so they blocked for 4. Okay, so we could... So I guess we play this. And then I guess we do this. And if he has a D-React plus Omnis Word, we're kind of sad. Does he have a D-React? He does not. All right, Sharpening Sparks triggers. Cool. No. No. All right, smack him again. All right, he took 6. Interesting. All right, so we'll arsenal the Blade Flurry and move on with our life. Okay. These 2 cards together are really good. Okay. Huh. Now, do we Iron Song versus here? So we need 2 resources. We need 2 resources to swing and play the singing. So we don't actually need this. I think the Grains token is just better. I think we just push this and say do something. So Dorinthea obviously is going to affect all of Jarl's D-Reacts, but also if he's running Pummel, which he might, it also affects that. So he blocked with this. We could go singing into Puncture. I kind of like that. I actually like that a lot. And if he D-Reacts, we'll Blade Flurry over. Okay. Sweet. Swing again. It's actually really interesting because they're so incentivized to never block the second swing if we break through. Okay, Command and Conquer. Kind of annoying. Going after our Blade Flurry here. Do we care about our Blade Flurry? We kind of do. What's our best 2-card play here? Supremacy Swing with the Blade Flurry over Break Bolters, but I don't really want to open myself up to Frostbites this early. Let's see. We might just go with 2-card 6. I think this is fine. Play it slow. D-React would only... Oh, you're right. D-React would only get him to 11. You're right. Good catch there. Good catch. So maybe... Well, we know he didn't have a D-React, but if he did have a D-React... yeah. How's it going, Mr. Warrior Man? Mr. Warrior Man is having some fun here. I don't know if playing this out is correct. Sledge is extremely efficient. That is my worry here. All right, do we get a damage in and draw a card? I don't think we do. He blocked with a Plow Under. That makes me think he's going to Plow Under this. Maybe I should have played this out. We would have drawn a Brimming Blade. Okay, all right. We need to think about how do we beck and steal his ass. Okay, all right. So we have the pieces to beck and steal his ass. Okay. I mean, I think we have to go for it, right? Brimming Blade, Supremacy, Swing, Durandal. We got the Blade Flurry. We got the beck and steal. I don't know if we're just supposed to be eating sledges to the face, but this hand looks really good to me, so we're going to do it. Play Pride and Beckon. All right. Brimming Blade. Double Sharpen. This turn is so threatening. Holy crap. If he doesn't have a D-React, he should just overblock this, right? This looks so threatening. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he blocked for 3. Should I just say sure and bolters this? No, I don't have resources. Okay, I guess we just beck and steal here. And then we'll figure it out later. Oh, we're going to draw a card as well. So maybe we do bolters here. Okay, let's just beck and steal here. Do we Blade Flurry here? I don't think we do it yet. If he has 2 D-Reacts, he gets to 9. Okay. And if he has like a Staunch, it'll go to +6. So he'll also be at 9. Okay, I don't think we Blade Flurry here. We just say beck and steal. Okay, so he has the Shelter. That goes only to 6. And he's going to Omni Ward this. I'm just going to pass again. Okay, so he's going to Omni Ward this. Okay. Okay, so now we definitely Blade Flurry. It's worth too much value. Okay, please don't have another D-React. I'll be very sad. He doesn't. Oh, boy. Okay, what trigger do we do first? Or does it not matter? I think we want to draw first, right? Right? Draw in Grains first? Second? And then resolve this? I think. I think. Okay, draw. Supremacy draw. I've never had to say four triggers. Okay. Guys. Oh, wait, we don't have resources to do it, though. Oh, that's... Okay, hold on. I I guess we make the bigger token? Because we can't play this, right? So we'll make the bigger token. All right, Beck and Steel is going to give us a Sharpen counter and immediately attack again. Do we blow bolters here? This is where I'm not familiar with the rules enough. Can't we blow bolters on the next attack? I don't know. I'm just going to click yes. Let's just do it. Okay, so we have 2 attacks here. Okay. If I didn't make the vigor token, maybe I could have drawn a blue and then played and again. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't make the vigor token. Okay, I'm not gonna make the vigor token on this. Okay, we're gonna give it go again. All right, so now our Beck and Steel attack is happening. Okay, and it hit. So we draw. We're going 4 wide, boys. Wait, what the? Wait. Oh, this hurts my head so much. Wait, this thing doesn't have go again. Wait. Oh my god, the game mechanics are breaking my head here. Okay, so our hero ability is triggered. Okay. I'm just gonna pay into grades, and we're gonna swing this again. Okay, we're just gonna do this again. I think we'll still have our action point to attack again, like the card says. I think. Are we gonna get our action point back? I don't know. We did not. So we did not need to use and again. I feel like we messed something up. But he's at 14, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so we did not have to do that. You should just swing an arsenal. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what really happened there, but his life total evaporated and we're happy. Okay. All right. That was not optimal, guys, but it's fine. Okay. All right. Okay, so I guess we sharpen and then go. But we have go again here. We're learning together. You need courage. And again is an action without go again. Yeah. Okay. So and again is basically a flurry. It's twinning blade that you play later. Okay. Okay. Let's figure this out now. All right. I think we just go here, 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 and then just see what he does. This hand has all the go again. Yes, it has all the go again. All right, so we sharpened with Hone for Honor, sharpen the sharpen sign, make the blade dance token. Okay, now we can go versus swing Dorinthea for 5. Pitch this. He's gonna block, we'll glint, and we'll see. Do you not like the reaction that has discard? Oh, we should play Shimmer of the Blade. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, we didn't block it. Okay. Sure. Take 5. Okay, we'll make the grains token. Why not? And then we'll swing again. If he doesn't block this, I'm going to shift the tide of battle, make it agility, and then arsenal this, I guess. Looks like blocking's off the menu, boys. Yeah, this Jarl not in the mood to block anymore. All right, so we're gonna enter next turn with a Vigor and Courage of Bladehold would have saved you so many cards. Like, we didn't know that we were gonna hit there. Like, that was high risk, high reward last turn. Okay, so he healed twice. No, we're not gonna make a Vigor. We'll just Arsenal this. Okay, so we move into our turn with, oh shit, Oakenold. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Okay, so we just block with one card and move on with our life. We'll lose 2 random cards. So if we're left with the red, we still have a double swing. If we're left with the blue, maybe we glint into something nice. There's no point in using the armor here. Almost like feels like too much go again. You might be right. Maybe we need more ways to push. All right, bottom. All right, so we're left with our red. Sad day. All right, we'll just shove Dorinthea forward for 3. See what he does. Vigor's such a good token. Yes, it is. Huh. Why no Warrior's Valor? I think we do have Warrior's Valor in the deck. Don't. Here, I thought I linked you guys the deck. I don't have Warrior's Valor in that deck list. So you guys could check. Oh, you overblocked here. Okay, true. Okay, we'll just keep our hand. We'll IP1 here, move on with life. Because he overblocked us IPing a card. It's not that bad. All right, so he's gonna Fruits, and then he's gonna Tunic Sledge us. Okay. Oof, this hand sucks. Oh, it actually doesn't suck because we have Response and Glint. So we can play a Sharpen Shine swing to make the D-reacts worse, and then Glint Iron Saw response. I think that's good. I think. Shimmer of the Blade would allow you to tutor and reduce the sharpen need, so maybe cut the yellow Sharpen Shine. Yeah, I feel like the yellow and blue sharpen cards are really awkward because we don't have Hala's hero ability. But that also makes us not need Brimming Blade. But then it also makes it way harder to beckon steal people. So I don't know. This is all a fine balancing act, which I'm not good at doing that yet. No Oath to Steal. Hold on. Wait, Oath to Steal doesn't say sharpen, but it does give counters. Maybe that's good. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. Okay, so I predict he's gonna block at least one card here. Then we can glint Iron Song response. Even if he has a D-react, we're good. Oh, he's double blocking. Okay, I mean double blocking we still get over, that's so beautiful. Okay, so single block. All right, we'll glint, draw. Hopefully we draw a resource card that we can burn into these. No, we didn't, but that's fine. Okay, I mean we're still double swinging, which is good. We'll take double swings. Okay, so he has Rootbound Carapace. Sorry, bro. That does not work. Unless you have another D-react. You have another D-react? You don't. Time to pay the tax of the second swing. All right, smack him for 4 again, Dory. All right. Oop. I don't know what. I think I hit the back button there. Oops. Okay. All right, this hand's bad, but I mean, we could set up a D-react in Arsenal if we want. Could probably block 2 cards. Just Iron Song versus Poke might be good enough. Okay, Everbloom Life, sure. Quicksilver Dance could be good. I mean, there's a lot of cards that could be good. There's a lot of cards that could be really good. Okay, interesting. Just gonna pass. Um, so if we go here and there's like no world where he might block 3 here and then we get a Grains token, so that's why I played this out. Okay, did not happen. Sad. Okay, we'll just put one of these in Arsenal, move on with our life. All right, we got Sharpening Sparks. Okay, here comes the Oak. We're ready this time. Showed us Crumble twice, so this could be something scary here. So I think we're supposed to go here, here, and a card is 9. So which card do we not need? I think like this. If we get pummeled, that's gonna suck. But all 3 of these are fine in our arsenal. Okay, there's the D-React to cover this up. And now we can just do this and poke. This feels like a completely different deck. This is actually like a new hero to me. Huh. Huh. Very curious. Very curious. All right. Just a little +2 bump. Gonna make a Vigor token on hit. He has a D-React, sure. Small blinder to push damage. There's so many possible builds for this deck. All right, we got our classics build here. Ooh, uh-oh. That's annoying. That's annoying. I think we don't care about our shelter here. I think we just take this. We play out our turn, we Arsenal to take the lead. I think that's, yeah. You got it, bro. This is a very, very weird puzzle, guys, to solve. A very weird puzzle. Ah, shit. It's felling. All right. Hmm. What are we supposed to do? I think we're supposed to play this out and just kind of threaten a double swing. I think. Red hit and run is amazing on 3 swing turns. Yes, it is. I hate how this stuff comes out at the end of the summer. I have to go back to work and I just want to brew warriors. Me too. Me too. All right. Poke for 3. I don't think our current build is quite correct. We're definitely going to have to reevaluate after this game. A single game, you can learn a lot. Just brew in your downtime. Who needs things like a life? Fair enough. All right. He massively overblocked. Gonna gain some life from Fiddlers. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Do we try to sink into something? Think that's our best play here. Well, okay. The universe told us that we're gonna play our Swordmaster's Path, I guess. Our opponent keeps on overblocking. Uh-oh. This is not a good hand. Uh-oh. That's really bad that he's just passing. Ugh. Hmm. Oops. No, that's not right. Oh, we already have a bigger token. Okay. Well, I guess we're making another vigor token with all these reds. I really want this shelter in the arsenal. That'll make me feel much safer. So what are we doing here? We're playing this, pitching this, and then we're this. Pitch this to greens? Yes. We have been playing with the vanilla sword for quite a while now. Okay. Sure. That is fine. Hopefully there's nothing too scary he can do off 2 cards. Not that scary. Uh, I really want to keep this hand. Even though this card is not very good, it turns this card on. Oh, we don't have to give armor, actually. We just play the shelter and we're good. And then this. I guess sharpening our sword is worth an extra value if he has a D-React, so could be worth multiple. All right, do this. I think we don't use the verses yet. We could still get hit with a blizzard as well, which is they're coming around again soon. And we have an open slot, so this is not good. Definitely feels like a turn we could get blizzarded. I've been absolutely cooking with 27 front pump Dory. Is this Sharpen Dory you're talking about, Reese? All right, you have successfully done it. Good job, opponent. We might just need to fatigue our opponent. I think we block 6, play Sharpen, Climb, Poke, and then Arsenal. Which of these 3 cards is the strongest Arsenal target? It's Edict of Steel, right? I think. I don't know. So we haven't really been able to do our Sharpen thing, which is oh, sorry. We're hmm. Our opponent still has an Oakenol. This is very dangerous. Not having a D-React in Arsenal, we can die in a lot of ways. We're ahead in cards right now because our opponent has been overblocking, which like they've been overblocking, which means we aren't double swinging. We haven't been able to do our thing for quite a few turns now. All right. They're keeping their hand. That's not good. That is very bad. Well, bonk. Nope, just heal. Okay, let's go flurry, swing, pitch. And maybe we could do something with this. We still have our glints in our deck. We might just have to fatigue our opponent out, which feels really weird. A lot of red hands. Yes, I've noticed that. No, this is 12 sharpened steel, 9 of the new 1 for 4 pumps, Valor red terms. So you made the most fragile deck to Warmongers. It's an interesting list. Okay, so okay. If he has Blizzard, he should do it now before I go grab Glint. Well, actually, he could wait till I grab Glint. Mm-hmm. We will not pay. We will still draw an Arsenal, which is not awful. Okay, that's fine. We will make a Grains token, which doesn't care about Frostbites. Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, this game's going to come down to fatigue, I think, which is really weird. This is not how I wanted the game to go. Warmongers is not real and it can't hurt me. It's a Dory deck that's on rate before needing to hit. Feels like you just sidestep the whole Dory issue of going below rate into full block hands. I see. All right. How are we going to do this? Let's see. Now, this is very interesting because normally we don't have enough resources to pay for all of this. But if we hit with Drawn to the Blade, we actually do. Do we just send it? I think we have. I think we just send it. We just rip all these non-attack actions and pray. All right, Drawn to the Blade. Let's see if you're any good here. This VOD needs a happiness meter for this match. It was super high, then it went right back to normal Dory fab card squinting. Hey, we're trying our best here. We're trying our best. Okay. Now this is really interesting. A very, very interesting combination. A 1-cost attack reaction paired with Drawn to the Blade and Valor. Normally, it's really, really bad to have 1-cost attack reactions when you draw Warrior's Valor, unless you have a Vigor token, because you can't double swing. Okay. I think we just say, sure, we'll draw. Okay, there's the sink, sure. Okay, now we go over. Okay. How many D-Reacts do we have left? We have 1 sink to deal with their last Oakenold, which they just blocked with. Interesting. All right, please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit, please hit. I would also like a blue if it hits, but, you know, we can't have everything in life. A couple more blues and maybe overwhelming swing for block heavy decks. That might be the play. Is he going to Blizzard me here? He has not seen a lot of D-Reacts, which is kind of weird. Potentially has 1 more Shelter and 1 more Rootbound. Okay, Pulse of Eisenloft. All right, sure. All right, you got it, bro. You got it, bro. Ooh. Okay. Okay, I see a possible line here. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I don't see a possible line here. This deck is really clunky, guys. All right, so Singing Steel Blade could grab what? I don't know what we still have left. We have very little left in our deck. I guess we'll figure it out as we go. Amulet would be overkill? I think so. So I think we're just sharpening and going? Like, yeah? I guess? This feels so weird. This deck feels so weird. Okay. Huh. We still have a glint left in the deck, which is good. We only have 2 attack reacts left in the deck. All right, yeah, we're going to this game's going to fatigue. Ooh. Okay, this is not that good because we're already attacking again. All right. We won't make this mistake again. All right, so we'll make a Vigor. And then we'll go here, here. All right, poke. I think much of the clunk has come from overboarding and maybe running a few less blues than necessary. That is definitely true. That's not right. Why does he take his tunic now? That's, yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, how are we winning this game when his weapon is bigger than ours? He has a Tear Asunder left in the deck. We need to be careful about that. Really? You let that hit? There's no way that was correct. There's no way that was correct. All right, with this sink below, we're pretty insulated. We're just going to grind them out of cards and then move on with life. My sword can also get to 6. Or sorry, get to 7. He's lining up his Tear Asunder. I mean, I have the sink ready. Feels like we finally have the density to not need to run conditional cards in Warrior anymore. What type of conditional cards do you talk about? Need to force them to block here. I think we might barely lose here. We'll see. It's the top card of our deck, Twitting Blade. I think it is, right? So I think we just need to go around with and again, right? We go here, here, here. And I think we don't sink here. This might be a throw. We'll see. It's Twitting Blade at home, boys. I think I win because I have the Vigor token. Yeah, he can't swing his sledge after this turn. Yeah. He has to give me a card, and then he can't block with this. He can't swing his sledge anymore. Wait, hold on. Winter's Bite messes us up. Take 2, poke him. He blocks this. Winter's Bite. Okay, I still have one more card. Okay, we're fine. This is one of those games of all time. Definitely skip Arsenal here. Oh yeah, we could just pitch that. Okay, we did it. This is not how I wanted the game to go, but yeah, opponent says well played. I'll say good game. Three is bigger than 6, apparently, guys. Huh. I don't know what to feel about that game. That turn 3 high is crazy. We dealt 14 damage to a Jarl. Huh. I don't know, guys. What a weird game. I don't know what to think, guys, about this deck. That was a weird game. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to the drawing board here and think a little bit. What did we like? What did we not like? We loved the triple hit turn with Supremacy, that or quad hit turn with Supremacy. That was good. What was bad? Hmm. I don't know what to think. Hmm. Because I really don't know what to think about this deck. Yellow Path, the better player won. I don't know about that. Swordmaster's Path does seem important. Edict seemed mid. Yes, Edict was mid. All right. Let's okay. So here's my thinking. Because we don't have Hollis hero ability, we need all the double sharpening effects that we can get. So that's 3 Brimming Blade and all the Swordmaster's Path. Oh, we don't even have Shine in the deck. I guess that's fine. All right, let's go with full double sharpening. And we'll remove okay, Drawn to the Blade, I don't like that card. Okay. Hmm. Is Sharp Incline good? I guess it's okay. This feels a little weak. Let's take that out. Sharpen senses also felt weak. Do you think this might be a Tunic deck? I don't think so. Sharp Incline is a 1-card 4 blocking hands. Sharp Incline is better with free go again. Yeah, we don't have free go again in this deck. Is this card good? Is Sharp? I don't know. Something's not quite clicking. All right, I'm gonna take this out and see. Okay. All right. We'll run it like this. So changes we've made, we cut a little bit of the kind of clunky cards. We added all the double sharpen cards we could. Spark is bad. It kind of does both things, right? It allows us to hit. You might need Shine to actually get your flurries. What flurries are you talking about? Swordmaster Shine? Is this card actually bad? I don't know if I could say Sharpening Sparks is a bad card, guys. It's only 3 value, you're right. It's very good when we want to beckon steal people. Um, if you're playing Durandal, the value comes from having the Sharpen be +2 instead of +1 when facing D-React. So Sharpening Sparks is bad. Okay. All right. Fine. Well, let's move this over there. What do we want to run instead of that card then? Sharpening Sparks is like Blade Flurry in yellow. Uh, Blade Dance is free go again. I feel like you forgot about it a few times in that game. Yeah. Shimmer of the Blade, or are we okay with the amount of go again? I think we're okay with the amount of go again. Uh, guys, I think I feel like this card is twofold. It like I I don't know if I can cut it. I feel I'm going to try a couple more games with it. Okay, let's try again. We're now even more all in on the Sharpen package. Let's see if there's anything there. All right. Another Jarl. Why are there so many Jarls? Oh, brother. Okay. That's fine. All right, we just play our whole deck again. Hopefully it's less clunky this time. Sparks can help turn on Beckon. That's exactly what I'm thinking too. Oh my god, I don't want to. I mean, I get, to be honest, Durandal is like the best against Guardians, right? So yeah. Um, huh. I think we want Glint in our deck, so let's just pitch it. Durandal's best against Warriors. That is true. All right, so we're up against another Jarl, but this Jarl is different. They're running Stalagmite Tiny Hammer. What do we want in our arsenal? And Sheath seems decent. All right, they're CNCing us. Okay. So this is interesting. Sharpen Shine into swing becomes 4/4. Maybe there's some value here. Warrior's Valor is 6/3. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. There's a lot of Jarls because Pablo just recently released his Metafy. Oh boy. Lovely, lovely. Okay. Swing. This is interesting because, like, a D-React doesn't cover this, so you have to give me armor or 2 cards. And if you don't, I hit you again. And I might even hit you again anyways. Another CNC. That's annoying. Maybe we'll get a Green's token. We'll see. I think it's very unlikely against the Guardian. Okay, we have Sharpen, but we don't have Go again. So that makes this hand not good. So I think we're just supposed to block and move on with life. Like, blue plus Iron Song response is actually a pretty good combination. Because you get to convert it into a Courage and a Vigor. Oh my god. Oh! 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 We're lucky! We're lucky! Oh boy. They're running Test of Iron Grip. Alright. We did it. We did it. We escaped from the Test of Iron Grip. Just passing back. Interesting. Okay. I think we just play all its cards out and go for it, I guess. Ten. Whew. Maybe they should be tuning for these matchups. Maybe. Double Iron Grip. Double Iron Grip avoided. Woo. We are lucky, lucky. That was a very good Stalag as well. Yeah, he has Blizzard as well. Yeah. All right, what are we doing with this hand? This hand kind of sucks. This hand really sucks, actually. Huh. Clunky hand here. But if we can push over, we get to convert in a little bit. So I guess that's okay. We probably should have pitched the twinning blade. Okay. Never mind. All right. All right. I don't know why he blocked the stalagmite there. I mean, Frostfang. These Sharpen cards are so awkward without Hall's hero ability. So I think we 2-card block and just play the Jagged Edge. So what? I think the Twinning Blade is slightly more useful in our deck. Maybe not. Maybe the Swordmaster's Path is actually the most useful one. Unsure. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna keep the Twinning Blade in the deck. Don't do that. You meanie Jarl. I think I'm supposed to play this. No, okay, if he doesn't block, I'm not supposed to play it out. Okay, Ice Quake. Ice Quake again. Why not? Frostfang for 11. Just block and poke him. Sounds like a plan to me. Okay, we drew a Beacon Steel. Hmm. Go everyone. 4:30 is going to come early. What are you talking about? 4:30. Oh my goodness, Jarls. All right, so we'll make a bigger token. Oh, this deck feels clunky AF. Not gonna lie. His card efficiency is slightly higher than mine the last couple turns. Actually, this is not the correct. This is not the correct thing to do. That's also not the correct thing to do. Sorry. Play the jagged edge out. Grains it. Parcel this. This is a glue piece. There are 12 sharpened cards, and we haven't seen one in like 3 hands. Yeah, so that's why I wanted this card in the arsenal, because like it'll combine well with other cards. Jarls are prepping for the warrior meta. That could be it. That could be it. Sharpen's shine is like really important. Ooh, giving us a quicken token. We'll take that. Okay. Seems good. I guess he has a pummel that is about to be coming my way. Ooh. Okay. Ice Quick E Strike go again, I presume? This is on hit Frostbite. I mean, we already have. Without an attack react, it's very difficult to extract value from 2 swings. Very odd. Not gonna lie. Are you planning on calling Atlanta? Yes, I got a. Ticket. This 4 on hit another Frostbite, which I think is fine. So 2 Frostbites. I think this is fine. I feel like we have to line up a big turn, and it's not easy to line up a big turn because it requires a lot of different elements at the same time. Four go again. On hit, 4 more. Like, you need a lot of attack reacts, and you need Sharpen, and you need go again. It's a lot of things working together. The more elegant solution against Guardians might just be running Overwhelming Swing and Epots to break through. Exposed to the elements. I mean, all right. Sure, put a -1 counter on something. Goodbye, Bolters. This card's mean. This Jarl deck is very different than the first one we played. This game is very, very different. Very, very, very different. I've tried to build Max several times, and it kind of feels like that too. Too many things to juggle. Pulse. Sure. We really need to line up a Beckett Steel. Let's see what we can do. Okay, we got a Supremacy. That might be. That's not enough because we don't have attack reacts. If he doesn't have a direct, maybe we can get an overblock out of him. Something that I'm going to have to start paying attention to is whether people are overblocking with armor they've already blocked with because of overwhelming swing just attacks that card. I mean, I'm pretty sure you could just build a regular Dory deck if anything. This is just trying to do cards to see exactly. We are trying things out. I don't claim to know everything. Uh-oh. No. Well, goodbye to all that armor. If he has Pubble and Arsenal, we're very sad. Ouch. I think we're very likely to lose this game if we can't get something going here. What are we doing with our turn? We could go path, Sharpen Shine. You know what? This looks like young Dory in the art. This might be for Quicksilver Prodigy, not for this Dory. Hold on. No, it's not. The main thing is not the weapon. The main thing is the hero abilities are different. What are we pitching? This deck is clunky, guys. This deck is clunky. All right. He gave us a Vigor token, which means we might be getting pummeled. Or this is also very annoying. So we haven't gotten a huge triple swing off this turn. This game. Sharpen Shine can't be the problem because it's Sharpen and Go again the same way Edict is good for Holland. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I think the issue is that like Warrior's Valor is higher synergy than Sharpen Shine because Sharpen Shine gives a +1 bump and gives you Go again, but you don't get the full 3 value from it unless you're double swinging and they blocked on the direct, I guess. All right, what is this? They gain life and they. Is this a fused Okanold? It looks like it is a fused Okanold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. So we're getting crushed here, which is not good. All right, we'll just play this out. So this is where take the lead is better than take it on the chin because we're not actually having a turn. We really need something to combine with this Swordmaster's path. I think we need to sync this, take the lead. This is definitely not what we want right now. This one's okay, but this doesn't actually sharpen. It just doubles the sharpening. These two cards are quite clunky without buddies. Alright, this is 5 on hit, discard or pay 2. I think if we take 5, it's okay. We could pitch probably the end again, or either one. And then we do have a turn because we don't have stalagmite. I think that's fine. We'll just take 5 and then we'll pay into this. Play 9 sharpening cards? I don't know about that. I don't know about it. All right, we really need the Swordmaster's Path to like pair with like a brimming plus another really good card. Okay, there's the brimming. But we don't have go again. That's awkward. Okay, so you pitch the pummel with the Terrace Under. That's kind of frightening. All right, so we could go Swordmaster's Path, Sharpen, Shine, Swing. Is a okay turn, but we don't have go again. Or we don't have an attack react is the issue. Oh my god, this deck is so clunky. Hmm. Hmm. We're almost behind in cards now as well. Maybe we're just supposed to go here, here, and then say, hey, if you want to keep your hand. I think he's happy though, just blocking out, so we'll see. This is like completely emptying our hand, which feels kind of weird. All right, so double sharpen, gonna apply to yellow sharpen shine. This is coming in for 8 go again on hit, 5 more. So the numbers are there. Okay, opponent just lays down 3 cards. Sure. Sad. All right, let's see if we can sink into a blue would be good. Ooh, that's a good blue. Eight damage, 3 cards, 3 blocks for 12 damage. Yeah, it's definitely worth it for him to block there. Okay, he didn't block. Interesting. All right. Take 5. Sure. Yes, we'll pay into the bigger. I guess we are still the singing. Guardian card deck density is just so high. We're about to fall behind in cards, even though we loaded like 10 more than him. Oh, rouse. Okay, let's. Okay, so. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Wow, the CLF screws up our Durandal poke. All right, I guess we'll just do this then. Hmm. All right, we drew Beckensteel, but he double pitched, so he's going to have CLF around again. So we're just blocking, moving on with life, which is not good because we're running out of cards. Okay. Thunderquake and Fruits. There's no way you could keep the CLF around again, right? Yes, he cannot. All right, we'll take this one. Mhm. There's a chance he doesn't block. I'm going to be very, very, very sad if he doesn't block this. We got to incentivize him a little bit to block. So he can go singing into Glint. Get in there. Get another finger check on that. Pretty good. See, double swinging is really how we can get value. And if we're not double swinging, it's just bad. All right, double vigor token. Maybe we can get something going, even though we don't have an arsenal. Okay. All right. Well, let's sink this shelter and see if we can find something better. So there's the terrace under. So he should have a pummel soon. Maybe in the next hand, literally. Right. I don't know if we're supposed to sink this now that we know this is. Okay, I guess we're not supposed to. This is going to be literally the same turn. He might not block because he drew pummel. Okay, guess we'll grains with this. We're just behind in cards now. He might overextend a little bit with the pummel. We'll see. I presume he's just going to block, hammer us Arsenal of Pummel. Uses life buffer. Okay. Interesting. Hollow would have done so much better in this matchup. Okay, Everbloom life. Gonna gain a life. Gonna put back Everbloom life. Infinite loop has started. Going to hammer and arse from the pummel, right? Okay, so what are we doing here? I guess we're gonna sharpen and then no, we don't have enough. Uh, we I don't know if we have enough sharpen to make this card work anymore. Has LSS siloed sharpen so hard that Dory can't use it? I feel so bad if that's true. Okay, let me think here because we have 2 vigor tokens. That actually changes something. So we could go trot along, swing. Sorry, we can sharpen. Ooh, come back your card. Oh shit! What happened to our card? Okay, we could go. Let me tell him I'm thinking. Okay, so we could go sharpen, trot along, swing, push through with Iron Song response. If he has a D react, we can and again. If he doesn't have a D react, we can just swing again. But then we're IPing a card. I don't feel like we can block. Maybe sharpening sparks was the sauce that helps getting over and sharpens for and again and all that other stuff. You might be right. All right. Honed for honor. Trot along, swing. Hmm. You see how we're like 10 cards behind? That's just guarding efficiency. Hala can compete. But it's not easy. Dory definitely has to hit twice. Good in a toolbox sense. Why Warrior can't have a 0 cost triple sharpen? You're right. Why can't we have a 0 cost triple sharpen? That would just be so much better. Okay, so we push here with this. If they have a D react, we make them use it. Okay, they did not. So that means we can burn it into this and then swing. Ah, that blizzard got us hard. Sad. What a stupid blizzard. I think we're supposed to bait the pummel, right? So he'll go to 7. We'll D-rack, go to 2. I mean, we technically have a triple hit in this hand, right? Do we? Sword Master's Path, Sharpen Shine. Not really, but it's the best that we can do. Oh, math. Go to 1. Oops. You have a quicken, you can honed. I mean, we could do either one. It doesn't matter. But we're not getting the triple. We need a resource card is the issue. There's no way this hits is the issue. What? I mean, we have he has to block this for 7. Yes. Okay. Our opponent put it together. I don't think it matters. We are a dead duck, I think. Nice shirt. How's the Sharpen sauce? I don't think I'm building it correctly, and we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Something doesn't feel right. It honestly maybe Sharp and Shine was designed for Quicksilver Prodigy, not Dorinthea. I mean, we're just dead here. We're out of cards here. They are more efficient than us. Okay, need to go back to the drawing board. All right, well, there's no point in playing this out. We have lost. Not having Hollow's resource sink is pretty brutal. Yes. All right. Okay. Well, that is a untuned deck versus a tuned deck. That is what that game is. How many D-reacts did they have? So they didn't even have that many D-reacts. This was an aggressive list. Did they have any? Where the heck are their D-reacts? Am I crazy? This deck didn't have any. This deck was the complete opposite of the other deck. So we didn't get any value out of our sword getting +1 because they didn't block. So I don't know. We're gonna have to watch an ad or something. Anyways, I think I don't know. There's something. There's something. So Quicksilver Prodigy's ability is if the attack is go again, you may swing additional time, which is just good. I don't know. I don't know. Aren't more Jarls leaning more aggressive now? Yes. Pulse was the only one. Yes. That was an anti Durandal build. Yes, that was. There's something very clunky, and I'm can't quite articulate what it is. We need go again. We need attack reacts, and we need sharpen. That's a lot of hoops. And the payoff is we get to play these cards. You also need to hit. Yes, that's actually huge. Every other warrior does not give a shit about hitting. Fang has 2 weapons. Kasai has 2 weapons. Bolton doesn't. You would love to hit, but it doesn't matter. Hala doesn't care if she hits. Olympia cares, but like he sends one big ass attack. Why not a wombo combo list? Twinning Blade, Courage Blade, Old Edict to Steel. That's so many things that have to line up. Time to make wager Dory. Wager cards are actually lower rate than normal. The reason wager is crazy is because this card basically says if you have a gold, draw a 0-4, go again. This card is hold on. This card is not. Is this card not a specialization? Okay, but like realistically, only Olympia can use this. But I could have swore this was a specialization. It's not. Huh. Okay, guys. I don't know what I think about this build. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. Like, doesn't Warrior's Valor just give more value? It's like 2 card 6, maybe 2 card 9. Sharpen Shine plus a blue is 2 card 4 or 2 card 8 with a Vigor token. Technically, Kasai could engine the Golden Grill. Yes. That is true, Thomas. Okay. This is a really clunky deck. And I don't think it's going to be easy to solve. And like I said, this might be young Dorinthea in the art. It looks like young Dorinthea. This might be a wild goose chase, a red herring. Hmm. Playing this deck over the past week has made me realize I really like Dawnblade. That is true. So why does Durandal exist? That is a good question. Why does this card exist? You have a deck list for Durandal Dorinthea. All right, Paul, send it to me. I'll take a look at it. Send it to me on Discord. This deck makes me realize how much I love Zenith Blade. Oh boy. I could try it out. I could take a look at it. Maybe I'm missing something. Like I think this card is the core of the Sharpen build, right? To be fair, there are a lot of fab cards. I asked, why does this exist? Okay, to be fair, they did print this piece of shit. Although, to be fair, I have registered this piece of shit in events. So maybe this is like the counter to like Ultra Fatigue 20D React style decks. I don't know. You don't have my Discord. Are you in the TheCardGuyz Discord or the purple Discord? You can find me by just searching. You could give up all Sharpen and run Iron Song Pride and a bunch of pumps. But you're holy shit. Hold on. This says +1 counter. This doesn't actually say Sharpen on it. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Violet, I like your idea. I like your idea a lot. Hold on. A lot of pumps in Iron Song Pride. But it's not good. I did not read this card carefully enough. This card says if this has a +1 counter. This card does not say if you sharpen. Pumps aren't counters though. Violet's talking about Iron Song Pride putting a +1 counter on the weapon. That sounds like a Dawnblade deck, Lamo. Yes. Protect the queen. We might as well protect the Dawnblade counter instead of protecting the Iron Song Pride counter. Yeah, but then they stuff the attack like once and your deck is just bad. Yep. If you fail to protect, okay, hold on. Maybe we run like a bajillion routes. I don't know. This sounds so bad. This sounds so bad. I really want adult Quicksilver Prodigy would be borderline busted. For those of you guys who aren't really familiar with that. Okay, so Dory says if you've hit, you can attack an additional time with the weapon. QP says if the attack has go again, you may attack an additional time with it. Now it does reference a different sword, right? But yeah, it's very hard for a lot of decks to stop like 13 without D-Reacts. Mm-hmm. Hala is adult QSP and toned down. That might be a good. That sounds like a good take. Hala does remind me a lot of QSP. Okay. Um. Okay, I want to look at this deck some more, but I have to get up very early tomorrow to drive to Atlanta. So I do need to sleep kind of soonish. I hate to keep 130 of you, or I hate to call the stream when the 130 of you are here, but you know. All right, if you guys have any questions, you guys can leave that in the chat. I feel like we've learned a lot from just 2 games and deck building twice. I think the thing is that there's a lot of hoops for a variable amount of reward, which feels weird. You can only sleep if you have +1 counters. Any quick tips for a Guardian player wanting to run Warrior? The most smooth deck is going to be Hala in terms of like play style. Hala is the most Guardian feeling warrior out of all the warriors. So maybe you could start by playing Hala. Next time, let's play with Olympia. It's a fun deck. Oh yeah, I mean, Olympia. Olympia, I know, is much stronger than this. Have you tried Hala in Sage? I have not. I do need to get a new Sage deck. I do not want to play Boost Dash anymore. All right. Well, a little bit of a shorter stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've heard the Sage Hollow is scary, but I haven't played it yet. You know what I want to try? I want to try that new what's that guy called? The the Revered Warrior? What is that giant ass cow's name? You guys know what I'm talking about. The guy that can like equip two-handed swords. This guy. This guy is legal in Sage, right? And then you have this. So you like wager. So you wager and then you swing this. And then if it hits, you get to poke him with something else. Oh, you get to draw a card to convert with your other weapon. The cow is a two-way draw? I don't know. I just heard from the devs that this is a strong hero. I have no evidence to support it either way, but he looks pretty cool. I think he's Sage legal. I don't know. Smash Palace Chorus of Steel. I guess this is legal on Friday, so you could play Zane at your Sage event. But yeah, this seems decent. You know what's funny is that your opponent may want you to get cheered so they can draw a card. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Smash Palace illegal in late October. Oh. Oh, it doesn't release this Friday? Oh. Oh. Oops. Listening to devs, the same devs that printed T-Tox. Let's not get into that. All right. All right. All right. All right. I need to go to bed. All right. This has been Josh Lau, the Card Guys. Thank you so much for watching. I believe the other Card Guys will be streaming on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. And you guys can keep an eye out for the video series that are coming up in the next couple days. I think that's all. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye bye.